Good afternoon, y'all. During this time, I'd like to give a special shout out to all our sponsors. The Sadaka Trust Foundation, People of Poison, and the House of Heat. We appreciate everything that y'all do for the hot seat. See y'all till next time. What's up, y'all? This is YK Soup, and today we're back with another classic interview in the making, man. This individual right here then took the world by storm with one of the hottest records to ever come out of Chicago and never look back. This man literally pioneered the bop movement and took the initiative to shed a radiant light on the West Side and the entire Chicago as a whole. This man has garnished over 50 million views on YouTube, over 100 million impressions on all social media worldwide. He's a platinum recording artist, an entertainer, a dancer, a choreographer, a trendsetter, a hit maker, a man of faith, an advocate for the youth. Ladies and gentlemen, D-Lo.
Yeah.
What's up, broski?
What's up, my boy?
Glad to have you on the show, man.
Thank you for having me, bro. What up, all y'all watching? How y'all feeling? Blessings.
Man, to all the youth watching this is gonna be a good one, man.
Yes, sir.
Watch this. Man, first things first, man. I would like to ask you, what was it like for D-Lo growing up as a kid?
For me growing up on the West Side, it was an interesting thing. You know what I'm saying? Because we was navigating through so much, trying to just make it. And make it is more than just like leaving the hood and never coming back. It's like really building a solid foundation to have structure for our people. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I know y'all be hearing my story a lot. So brief, you know, I grew up without nothing to nobody for real. My grandmother was my foundation. My mom, she was my best friend. She passed away. My mom passed away from a drug overdose. I got 6 siblings, 2 older sisters, 2 younger sisters, 2 younger brothers. And we kind of like all fended for each other, just trying to sustain happiness, you know, happiness, growth, perseverance. So that's just like the decline. But the incline is out west is what molded me. The culture of dancing, food, swag, verbiage, it's helped me navigate through life today. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's 100%, man. And I rock with the West Side tough just due to the simple fact, just the culture overall. Like, my father's side of my family is from the West Side. So, Roshan, my homie, that right?
Boy, yeah.
You know, and out West, I love the culture because, man, they always outside.
No cap.
Always getting money.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it remind me really like my cousins from down south. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you could tell, like, people came there and some of that still trickled down. You know what I'm saying? Out West give you that home feel. When they love you, they love you.
Yeah.
But it also can be treacherous too. So you gotta, you know.
You gotta know how to navigate through that.
Gotta know how to navigate.
For real.
All right, so look, this is a question that I never heard nobody ask you before.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask it.
Come on.
Was dancing your first passion? Or was recording music your first passion? Because you're very great at both.
I appreciate that, brother. For me, dancing was my first passion. I got started dancing. Me and my sister, my older sister, we had the same father. Well, supposedly we had the same father. And he used to come get both of us from my aunt's crib. And he used to like overly give her love and attention and kind of like brush me to the side, right? Yeah. And that's because he knew he wasn't my father. In the moment, he couldn't really be like, you feel me? So long story short, we ended up taking a DNA test. He wasn't my father, but he continued to come pick me up with her, not to make me feel bad. And we kept going through that same motion of, you go over there and I'm gonna take her, we're gonna do our thing. So I remember he just used to leave me in the front room all the time, but I used to be on his computer and I was looking up Crumpin'. I was watching Chris Brown Crump, Tight Eyes Crump. Crumpin' was like, it was so good for me because them niggas that was crumping, they looked like they was expressing themselves. You know what I'm saying? I used to be so like mad at this.
So
man.
that aggression,
you know what I'm saying? That aggression of that style was like my first real love. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do this because I can express myself like this. So dance definitely was that first.
Okay. Yeah. So when did you first start bopping, and how did you get into it to begin with?
Yeah, bopping was already a thing out west.
Okay.
Right. It was different neighborhoods having different type of movements that solidify who they were.
Okay.
Right. For an example, you had Cali Mob of California. They was the pioneers for this little thing we used to do like this. Ayo Rose Boys of Roosevelt. They was in charge of all the groundwork. When you see us on the ground doing it, me on Chicago Avenue, we came up with the double tap. You know what I'm saying? So it was different cultures. I think that me and Chemo kind of solidified like who we were in that because of how much we put in to be that good. You know what I'm saying? Chemo was a killer with the footwork, adding it to the bop. I was a killer, like expressing myself, word playing, doing all the animations. So that's where it came from for real, man. We just was good at it. We ain't creative. We just pioneers for it. You feel me?
Okay, y'all
Yeah.
basically took it to the next level. It's no different to how like King Charles and them didn't create footwork, but they took it to a whole nother plateau,
cap.
you know. And before I moved over east for good, we used to live up north, right? And up north, the Pope and them, they used to be at this place called the Ark, and it was right next to my grandfather's barbershop.
Yeah.
And I would see people footworking, you know what I'm saying? I would see, and it's just like how you said with bopping, depending on where you from, kind of gave off that style.
Yeah.
Kind of I noticed that with footworking, like if you was out west, if you was up north, if you was out south, it all had its own little nuances within it, man. So I can definitely see what you're saying, and the way that you have depicted your style and Chemo style and explain that. That's how I know you a veteran, because you literally just broke that down so fast, but to the T, man. Okay. So when you made the D-Lo Shuffle, could you take me through the process of you creating that record? Like, where did you get the beat? Did you make it at home? Was you chilling in the studio?
Yeah.
Like, how did it come together?
Yeah, man, this story is like, so D-Lo Shuffle was already a routine that I created. I created that routine like a year before the song was even the thing. That was something that me, Chemo, and these other two guys, we were like the Bop Kings. We became a group instead of like just me and Chemo. So we used to be rehearsing, I create this routine, and we used to do this routine to everything. You know what I'm saying? If you go back and look at our old videos, you will see that same routine. And it was supposed to be the Bop King Shuffle with me and Chemo. Me and Chemo was supposed to create that song together, but we ended up getting into it. So we went our separate ways, and I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? The conversation be a little weird because I'm like, I created it, so I don't have to really like, you feel me? But then it's like, still, you should have just at least, you feel me? So I created it. Just one day I was at my homie crib. It was like 5 a.m. man, and I woke up and I'm like, bro, I want to record this song. He woke up from me. We recorded it. We got it done at like 7. I was standing in his basement with his family because at the time I had nowhere to go. I was homeless.
Yeah.
So his family came downstairs and I showed his family the dance, and they like, man, you got to put that out right now. That's gonna change your life. You feel me? And me, I didn't really see it. It was just like something that I felt was cool. But they called their cousin over there. He came over there like 8 o'clock in the morning. We set up a camera in their basement and we recorded D-Lo Shuffle right there. Dropped it. Probably like next 10 hours, we almost 500,000 views. You know what I'm saying? So the creation process was really valuing something old and giving it life. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
You know, and that's a real thing. You know, something that I try to tell all artists just in general, especially ones that are like my friends or my peers. It might be old to you, but it's still new to the world. Crazy. And it be some of them records that's in the vault, something that you just casually got,
you know what I'm saying?
That might be the one that do it. You know what I'm saying?
Overdo it, like super do it.
So that's real, and that's a real organic way, you know, because I actually seen the video. You mad skinny, you know what I'm saying? Y'all had, but the thing about it was, even though it was in the basement, it was a clear background, especially for that time. Like back then, the way y'all maximized on what you had, bro. You did what you supposed to do, and everything you got, you earned.
Thank you, bro.
Real language, brother.
Appreciate you.
Okay, so when you made that record, now granted, you said you've been had it, right? Mm-hmm. But on the inside, did you feel like you had a hit? And were you surprised at how fast it took off? Like breaking down how you just said the amount of views. Were you surprised, or was you like, that's crazy, but you know, like how did you feel?
I definitely didn't think it has a hit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what it was. It was just something that I loved doing. I was bopping every day.
Yeah.
All day. I'm in the trenches bopping. I'm in everybody's neighborhood. Like, that was my life. So for me, it was just another day in the office for me. You know what I'm saying? When the views came in, I still didn't really like pay too much attention to it, even though the views kind of gave me hope. When I seen that 500K, I'm like, hold on. Something might change around here. You know what I'm saying? And even me just waking up randomly at 5 in the morning and say, yo, I want to record this song.
Mhm.
Like I just felt like God had already written that out. That was already part of my will. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I'm grateful for it, but I definitely didn't expect it though. Wasn't even looking forward to it either. Honestly, you feel me?
Man, praise be to God,
Yes,
man.
sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Well, there are a lot of milestones that you've accomplished throughout your career, but there are a few that stuck out to me.
Yeah.
So for number one, how did it feel when you went on the Steve Harvey show? Like, how was that experience and how did that come together?
Man, that was crazy, for real. Because I remember when I was a shorty, before we had to get up and go to school, my grandma, I had a Steve Harvey show playing for me and my sisters when he was a high school principal. You know what I'm saying? So you feel me? We watching him every day. Like, that's our everyday 6 a.m., 7 a.m., leave out, go get on the train. Like, that was our everyday. So when I made D-Lo Shuffle, right around it hitting the 1 million view mark, we got an email from his team. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, we want to bring you on. We see you, this, that, and the third. So they was in Chicago, downtown, actually. We went down there. I came dressed in, I was flea too. I came over flea. I forgot
I
what I had
seen
on.
you came in. Look, I'm gonna tell you what you had. You came in semi-formal, bro.
Bro.
Like, you came in there looking real professional and on point.
No, look, that's what everybody think because they see me wear that with him, bro. They made me change. I have
Because I seen Chemo had the, and I was wondering why they got on two different types. Should have known.
Listen, and that conversation right here is Chemo wasn't even supposed to be there. You know what I'm saying? He didn't call for me and Chemo. He just called for me.
Okay.
And I called Chemo like, we got an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? We in tour though. We're not really even rocking at this point.
Hey, but that's
like,
real.
we got opportunity. So he pulled up. They took me to the back. I was in the back. They was like, you can't wear any of that. You feel me? And I'm like, well, I ain't got nothing else to wear. They come in here with that. I'm like, cool, put it on. And then me and Steve Harvey had a moment before I actually went out. He shook my hand. He's like, now I want you to know my son does your dance, right? That's how I know about you, bro. And we gonna make sure this thing do what it need to do. I'm like, all right, cool. I appreciate that. You don't know what you mean to me, but I appreciate that. You feel me? But my homie Chemo, he here, right? We do this dance thing together. We the Bop Kings. So when I dance, can you call him out for me? He said, Chemo. All right, Chemo. So when I went out, we had this little moment. Then he was like, anybody from the crowd? He knew he was automatically, you know what I'm saying? The other lady was random. That wasn't scripted. You know what I'm saying?
Because I seen her up there and she was getting it in.
That was random. Like, we don't know her. She just came to do her thing. But that's how that happened. Yeah, they reached out. We went there and did it. By the grace of God, that was what changed my career. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
And shoot, man, shout out to Steve, man.
Shout out.
Because, you know, that's a real thing for him to open the door and give some shine, you know, to a young brother like yourself, especially at the time when he didn't have to do it.
Okay.
But that's how you know it's real and organic. He said his son was doing the dance.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure he wanted to show him, like, I'm the cool dad. Like, look who I got.
That's
You know what I'm
bro.
saying?
I didn't even think of it like that either, for real. Yeah, come on.
Right? So, okay. That's first milestone. Okay, check. Number 2, how did it feel when you first signed with Atlantic? Like, when you got the offer, like your first time, you know what I'm saying? Like, actually making it official tissue. How did that feel?
I first signed with them when I was 18.
Yeah.
This is like right after I made D-Lo Shuffle. And my signing experience was, I don't know, it didn't feel like that experience because I just remember I had a management team at the time and they was like, yo, we in conversations with Atlantic. I'm cool. Next thing I know, they had a lawyer and we was all in the room and I just signed the paper and it was like, all right, welcome to the team, right? But it wasn't no like welcome.
Yeah, it wasn't a real welcome like how it was supposed to be. Yeah. Because I know how the situation went, but I was curious about like when it first began because it's kind of like regardless, you were the driving force. Like without you, there was nothing gonna be on the table for anybody.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and it's interesting how Chicago be at times because it's kind of like it's always the youth who are the innovators who really are garnishing the attention, you know, and I can't speak for everybody, but I can say some people, instead of trying to teach you, you get what I'm saying, to reap the full benefits of what you earned, what you put together, what God put in your life, everybody want to make sure that they get taken care of too.
Okay.
Even if the artist got to get the short end of the stick.
Okay.
And that's just something that I frown upon, because you can't play with somebody's life or dreams like that.
For real.
But the good Lord don't make no mistakes.
You don't.
Right?
You don't,
Still
man.
prevail.
Yeah.
Came back. We gonna get, cause you know,
Like-
cause
like-
you really, yeah.
Like real hard, like
You know? You know?
yeah, man.
Okay. Well, you also had an amazing set at Lollapalooza.
Come on, man. Come
I
on.
was there for that.
Come on, bro.
Right?
Yeah.
How did that come about? And how did it feel to perform on a platform so big in our city?
Man, Lollapalooza for me was always like on my bucket list. I did Lollapalooza in 2016 with Chance the Rapper. I did some choreography for him. That I think that year he brought out R. Kelly that year. You know what I'm saying? I did a set with him. And it was like, it was phenomenal. But for me, it didn't feel like my moment. You feel me? It felt like I was a part of his moment.
Yeah.
So I've always said, man, I got to get back, you know, into that type of atmosphere. But they reached out. Lollapalooza, they had the section for Chicago made, and they wanted like some Chicago heavy
Okay.
to come. So they considered me, and they reached out. We rehearsed, we did it, and it was amazing, man. For real, God is good, bro. Just to be able to share that stage, that platform with so many monumental artists for years and years and generations and generations. I'm grateful. I was super grateful, super duper grateful. It's still sinking in now, though. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I still ain't really like, damn, I did a lot of Lollapalooza for real. You know what I'm
You was really a part of
You know what I'm
that.
saying?
You know what I'm saying? Like it's artists that done accomplished a lot
Yeah.
that still ain't never graced that stage in any kind of way. Whether they were the headliner, whether they were just the opener, it's something you ain't got nowhere near it.
Yeah.
Right? But just seeing you do your thing, I also felt like that opened things up for Chance as far as showing his how
Yeah.
Chicago
Yeah.
he really is.
Yeah, no
You know
doubt.
what I'm saying? Because when you make it, especially around that time, and you was as high as he was, you know, some people try to remove you from your city, like you wasn't on the trains too, like you ain't go to the public high school too, like you ain't, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So I
yeah.
feel like him bringing you on and everybody footwork, and then the whole thing was a beautiful moment, because he
Yeah.
could have just made it about him and called it a day, but he really opened it up for the city for real. And me watching it, I'm like, man, go on ahead, y'all.
Yeah, shout out Chance.
Shout out Chance,
my boy,
man.
my brother.
Okay, well, I know that you've been through a lot in life,
Yeah.
right? And in this game, the industry, so to say. What are two things that you've learned navigating through the industry? And what are two things that you've learned navigating through life?
Two things that I learned navigating through life. And they quotes real short and simple. Yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, and today's a gift. That's why it's called the present, right? We'll never be able to relive the same thing. Nothing will ever be the same, right? So things that's in the past, you gotta let go. Tomorrow, we're not even promised to wake up. You know what I'm saying? I think some people put themselves in positions where they be over anxious and they become depressed and they got all these mental issues because they trying to go too far ahead.
Thanks.
But right now, we got to cherish what's right in front of us. Be present, be intentional, and just live, have fun, and understand even what that is. And then the second quote is, when you go by yourself, you go fast. But when you travel with others, you go far. Right?
Thanks.
So sometimes we try to do so much and take on so much individually that we put this weight on us. You know what I'm saying? We move so fast that we missing things, opportunities on love and growth and just community. You feel me? That we kind of take ourselves out of the realm. But with people around us, surrounding ourselves with people that we can look down at, that we can pull up, that we can look up to, that can pull us up, somebody that we can look at, that can hold us accountable, those are the important things to do. You know what I'm saying? With this music industry, you got to be business oriented, period. With anything you do, you got to know the business, understand it, study it, maintain it, make it your lifestyle so you can be successful and prevail. And everybody not out to get you, man. It's some genuine people around in this industry. Even though you go through these situations that kind of like gear you towards not wanting to trust and wanting to be open, you want to be an introvert, you don't really want to like be in these rooms and in these conversations that's vital to what you're trying to do. You got to learn how to heal from that hurt. You know what I'm saying? don't ever put yourself in a position where you start to suffer from imposter syndrome, because it's hard to get from under that. You understand? Yeah, just live life. Identify yourself. Put some definition to yourself. Be in charge of your own narrative, right? Really control the perspective of your journey, and find God for whatever God you want to claim. Find God, right? Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior, and that's because the way, the will, is my desire. Yeah.
Hey, man. D-Lo been wise for a long time, man. But the way you just articulated yourself, breaking that down, brother, I can see the growth, and you was already on point, bro. And up here, bro, at the hot seat, at the House of Heat, man, we love to give folks their flowers and give them their credit. And I felt like you were more than a credible person, because these are real gems that will last all the way around in life, no matter what avenue that you in. Okay. What you just said was so true and so profound, bro. I gotta shake your hand for that. You know, that's real language is what I like to call it, man. Seeing as though that we in a fashion store, right? Let's segue into that. Come on. What is your all-time favorite shoe and why?
Okay, so for me, I was into fashion so hard when I first became D-Lo, but as time progressed, I started to like readjust my mind and understand like this material world just like ain't it for me. But when I was really into like fashion, Mason Margielas was my all-time favorite. I didn't have a specific type. I just loved them all. I had like 15, 20, 30 different pairs of shoes, bro. I gave them away, but Mason Margiela for sure. Just the brand in general.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is your all-time least favorite shoe and why? Like, regardless, a person couldn't pay you to wear these shoes because you just don't like them.
There's a lot of shoes I don't like. I don't like this. I don't like the Jordan ones. I'm sorry. I'm flat-footed. Sometimes the way they look on my foot just make me. Yeah, that's probably the only reason why.
Okay.
I'm being biased. I don't got no real reason to like them. I just don't like how they fit me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, right. Well, look, man. Next up, we got two segments that we do. Right. One is called This or That, and the other is just simply yes or no.
Okay.
I'm about to ask some rapid-fire questions, and you just simply pick the answer.
Okay.
You're either gonna say yes or no, or you are gonna actually pick this or that.
Okay.
You ready?
Yep.
All right. Well, let's get it started. Air Force Ones or Air Max?
Air Force Ones.
Nike Dunks or Jordan 3s?
Dunks.
Averex or Pelly?
Pelly.
And seeing as though we from Chicago, ACG or Tim's?
ACG.
ACGs. Hey,
No cap.
he's a real one. Because if y'all know, them ACGs got us through some treacherous winning.
A lot of them don't know though. A lot of them
they don't know.
They don't know about the ACGs.
They don't know about the ACGs.
Saved your life.
For real, because Tim's was right when the weather was right, but in that below zero high snow, the ACGs got it done,
Man,
and you was able to keep up with them. For if you know, look, bro. When you know,
You gotta
man.
know, bro, to understand. Okay.
Okay, man. Well, let's get into the yes or no. Okay. Do you think K-Swiss can make a comeback?
Yes.
Do you think Balenciaga shoes are overrated?
Yes.
Have you ever called somebody's shoes beefy before?
Yes.
Hey, you passed. That's my Chicago check. When I do these interviews, beefy. You feel what I'm talking about? Listen, I feel like you ain't from Chicago if you ain't never called nobody's shoes beefy before.
Okay.
That's just that on that. All right. And if Fusions made a comeback, would you wear them?
That's tough. I'm gonna say no.
No. 'Cause what was we thinking back then?
Like
The Air Force bottom with the number, it was number 5. What was on
They'll
the
try,
top?
bro. They'll try, though. They'll try.
Hey, I want to see if y'all could do y'all thing. I'm talking about back then. We was when I seen people with the see-through joints.
No cap.
I don't know what we was thinking back then.
Different, no cap.
Man, you should have make sure your socks was clean because they gonna bake you at school, boy.
No cap. No
Okay.
cap.
Well, look, this is the last question I got for you. Okay.
Yeah.
If you could have one message that you would like to give to your fans or the youth, your supporters, or both, what is one message that you would like to let them know?
One message for y'all, my people. It's never about what you go through. It's about how you grow through it. Growth is the most important thing in life. Everything must grow. Everything needs to grow, but it starts with the root. So understand what being well-rooted means. Understand yourself. Define yourself. Love yourself. Trust yourself. There's so much craziness going on in the world because we're trying to fit a stigma, right? And I get it. Some of us dealing with situations that don't necessarily make us feel comfortable with living. We're wanting to trust. We're wanting to love. That's why God is important. You understand? I surrendered myself to God. Sleeping in abandoned buildings, sleeping in cars, sleeping in trap houses, having to walk outside for 24 hours because I had nowhere to go, to becoming somebody, not knowing, just doing it, to losing my mom, to being addicted to ecstasy and pills and running the streets, to almost getting killed, to making another song, getting it back, to losing it again. But now I'm going through the transitions of understanding who I was, who I am. Now, I didn't know who I was, so I was just going through the phases, right? Sometimes you got to go through what you need to go through, but understand what it is, conquer it, be in control, take control, take control. Most important thing is to take control.
I concur with that, my brother.
Okay.
Take control. Control your own destiny.
Okay.
Hey, look, D-Lo, this was an amazing interview, brother. I need you to look into that camera and do me one favor. Tell them your social medias. Tell them what you got going on right now. Let them know where they can follow you, plug in anything you want to let the world know right now.
Y'all can follow me on all social media platforms. I am D-Lo, I-am-D-L-O-W. December 6th, I'm having this immersive listening experience for a new song I'm dropping called Get Started, right? It's easy to be a part of something when you get a part of it. But getting started is always the hardest thing to do. So I'm creating an environment, really inspiring people and celebrating community, celebrating legacy, celebrating just growth. I'm gonna have a D-Lo museum there. I'm doing a live performance. I got a lot of nicks and knacks for the kids, mental health, help, and just love. You feel me? And I'm just in the communities, right? I created this curriculum around dance that I'm starting to implement inside the school systems. So we're gonna help kids heal through doing, help them monetize the cool things that they create, and just help them be innovators. I also want to give a shout out to my family, SBG. I got my cuz Cam here with me, my cuz Malik here with me. If y'all want to come to the camera,
Come on in. Come on, fellas.
They upcoming from Champaign, doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? Just rocking. So I want y'all to lock in with them. Lock in with them. Follow them.
Yes,
You know what
SBG
I'm
Malik on everything.
Oh, yeah, nah. Come on up front, brother. Let them know. Say it with your
Hey
chest
man,
now.
SBG Malik on everything, all platforms. You know, we got a show on the 27th in Urbana, Illinois, at the Canopy Club. Blackout Wednesday. Nobody worked the next day, so ain't no excuses.
Okay, SBG Twiz, all platforms. Yeah, we got a video dropping too, Man Down, just came out. About to drop a video soon, so everybody look out for that. All the shows, everything coming.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Y'all heard them. Tap in with these boys, man. You see they came in here trim, man. You can judge a lot by looking at a man's clothes, man. You feel me? They standing on business, you hear me? But look, y'all, I'm YK Soup, and that concludes this episode of The Hot Seat at the House of Heat. Listen, make sure y'all subscribe to that YouTube. Hit that post notification button. Smash that like button and leave a comment on this video, man. We appreciate y'all. Till next time. Go on.